awesome.
Welcome to this.podcast, the dopest podcast in Denver. I'm your friendly host, Jay, joined by my friends. We got Cole here.
Man, what we talking about?
And Uncle Damo, he's out. He's in New York right now, flying back. He had FOMO because he wanted to be here, and he was mad that we were having you on the show, but I hit his drop.
Hi, my name is Uncle Damo.
Yeah, you can follow us at linktree.com/this.podcast. We'll meet you where you're at, and we got video on YouTube. Shout out to the incredible Lawrence and Larimer for providing the space, and you could get a discount with, what is the promo code, Cole?
This.podcast.
This dot, and I don't know how much the percentage is. You're going to get something, though. It used to be like 20. We started getting followers. Sales tax. They'll just cover the sales tax now.
Like 5%.
Yeah. We get right into it because we're excited about this episode because this lovely lady took the time to come hang out with us. She is very busy, but she is down to hang out, and we are excited about it. And this lady is a Denverite representing what neighborhood are you representing?
Oh, my God. You know what? I'll throw it down from my hometown, Parker, Colorado.
Parker.
What? Parker in
Parker.
the house.
That's originally where I'm from.
Yeah, we shouting out everybody in Colorado. So Parker, Colorado, and this young lady her slogan is human is an art form.
Sure is.
She is an entrepreneur, a model, flexibility coach, and a poet. Let's welcome Aubrie Marie to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, you in the house. Yeah.
I'm so blessed to be here. Thank you guys for having me.
No, we're excited for having you because, we have a mutual contact, but
Yeah.
even without your friend, you were coming regardless. I'll just say that, which was cool because I tell Cole this, like, I'm always nervous about hitting people up in DMs. Like,
Really?
Yeah, just because, especially a woman of your stature and attractive lady, like,
Thank you.
you just don't know what it's going to be because
Yeah.
I'm sure you get DMs all the time, and it's just like hit or miss.
He thirsty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
He
what
thirsty.
it is. That's
somebody,
the vibes.
somebody quench his thirst real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah. Like, what is he doing? He ain't even got no podcast.
Oh
Who's this dude?
God.
He be on
Nah,
the
at least
gram with his workouts, showing taking his shirt off. Like, he ain't for real. But no, you reached back out, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be honestly an amazing opportunity. I have seen you guys kind of pop in, pop out, and with certain other people.
Yeah.
Can't sit here and name names right now because I'm not gonna do that because I don't know all of my shit. But I have seen y'all, and I thought it would be cool. I really loved your setup. I thought it was really professional, and so I was like, I think it'd be cool to collab and kind of, see what's going on a little bit.
Well, we appreciate it because honestly, we were like, all right, Cole, this is the conversation we had because
Yes, I want to know this.
we're trying to grow, right? Like, we're trying to grow our audience.
Mm-hmm.
That's no secret there. And you got a lot of followers, right? We haven't even cracked a G yet. Like, we ain't hit that 1K. You hit that 45 times over, maybe 48. Who's counting?
No,
Yeah, no,
46.
we ain't counting
Don't
until we get to
46?
100.
Hey, no. No, it's 46 right now, right?
Yeah, but because I've never done, I see people are like, thank you for I just hit 40. Thank you so much for my 40,000. Thank you. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't really talk about my business. I don't really talk about like my accolades until I just like to show instead of talk. Like, even with my life, like on Facebook, and people are like, oh, I just had this tragedy happen, or, oh, wow, I just got this job. Like, I don't even talk about it.
And that's what's so dope is, like, that shows your grind and kind of the humility, and humbleness. I won't say humility, but humble to actually come kick it. You know what I mean? And show that I'm down to earth. Like, I like having a good time and hanging out.
100%. I feel like that social media, be real in real life. And that's also one of the things I really love to say is be real in real life, because this social media shit, I think about it all the time. Like, what if my account just, hits the fan? Like, it happens to so many. It's not going to happen to mine. I'm going to say that nicely. Like, it ain't going to happen to mine. But everybody else out there, you got to be safe.
You got to watch it.
But I try to be this shit is here today and gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
And what do I have to show for if my account is just gone or the internet like is just done for a second?
Yeah.
You know, I have my network, like who I've actually gone out and met people that I could stand on. And that's what I'm super proud of like creating my following, because it's given me a network that I have in real life.
Oh, so you go out there and meeting people in real life.
So like anybody like that I've done work with, like I could go and talk to them and we could go have a drink or go have dinner.
Got it.
Like it's on that type of vibe that like if all this shit was gone tomorrow, like I would still have friends in real life.
Let's talk about how you.
Let me hit that. Absolutely. Go ahead.
Let's, because I know, you know, pre-show you were saying, yo, I earned every single follow I have.
Yes.
And I think for us, that's something that we take pride in, you know, is that, you know, we're not nowhere close to where you're at. However, we
got some work.
We got some work to do, but we're going to get there.
Oh, you are, for sure.
But we take pride in the fact that we've earned every single follow that we have, and we appreciate every single follow. That everyone that has pressed follow on that follow button, trust me, we are totally appreciative.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how did you build that following?
So my journey on Instagram has been a very, very interesting journey. I started on Instagram when I was like, probably like 16, maybe 17.
And how old are you now, if you don't mind sharing?
25.
Got it.
25.
Talk
Tell
to
them.
us.
I'm 25, you know, I'm not getting any younger. I'm just getting better now.
You are. Absolutely.
But so when I started that, I kind of just did it like out of fun. I wanted to, you know, just kind of post my life and post my poetry, because I've been writing poetry since I've been in the 6th grade. When we first had our first poetry assignment, and I was like, damn, I think as a kid, I was like, dang, like, I think this is like gonna be for me. Like, I really love this. And I just like, once they started poetry, I was just writing ever since then.
Dope.
So I kind of got on Instagram to kind of showcase my poetry at first. And I would just write like, you know, homemade quotes and homemade captions and like just certain stuff because I was really into Tumblr at the time. So I was like kind of into that like blog vibe. If anybody knows Tumblr like that, shout out, because that was like the OG. That was like MySpace and Facebook had a baby. But so that's how I started that. And then I kind of was just in this limbo space. I started working out and doing like personal fitness and then personal training. And that's when I started kind of getting like this kind of athletic type following. Because I was posting, you know, like before and after photos and like stuff at the gym. So I feel like that's what kind of opened me up to have like that niche of following. And then I started doing like kind of Vine and Dub Smash, especially after Vine got canceled. And then Musically, which was what it was before TikTok. And that's when I ended up getting like more following, because I had a couple videos that went viral on Musically. And like, there's like a completely different era now. Like when you look back at it, you're like, what the hell is this? But like,
Coach, he just ran off like 4 social apps, and I have no clue.
We are.
The only one I heard was Tumblr, IG.
Professor. Hey, you know what? But here's but honestly, this is what's so fascinating about this.
Yeah.
Is that we're bridging the gap.
Yeah.
Right, because Killa and I, Jay.
Okay, Killa.
We're
that's sauce. That's what I'll be Killa and he's sauce.
Yeah.
Okay, saucy.
So we're
yeah.
like, yo, we're Generation X.
Yeah.
You know? So like you're like bringing us into this world that we're really not
tapped in.
Yeah. Like we know about it, right? But you know how to leverage using it.
You're using it.
And using it effectively. You know, like for me and Co, it's like, we just post pictures because that's what we did when we came into it. And it was cool.
Yeah, and see, like, I love that because I'm a 96 baby. So I'm technically like right on the cusp of
90. So
we
graduated
the year
in 97.
outside.
The
We
year
was
Tupac
outside.
died. Okay, I wasn't
Hey,
there, but I was there in spirit.
Right on. I appreciate that.
Man,
I
it is
appreciate
different. Hey, it is different when
She
you
said
were
96, fam.
Yo, it is different when you were outside. We were outside.
We was outside while you was inside.
Definitely inside.
Being cooked up. We was outside getting
Love
it
it
in.
though. We love it though.
Oh
We
my
love
God!
it.
But
Go ahead.
no, you're all good. But I was saying though, like, I'm technically on the cusp of millennial and the Gen X, Y, Z. So I'm on the cusp of Gen Y and Z. Like 96 was the year that it cut off.
Got it.
So like I have a lot of friends who are like actually in the millennial era, and then friends who are like on the other side who are born like in the 2000s, which I'm like, ooh. I know.
That's kind of like the
I'm
separation,
like,
or you
ooh,
just
2000s. I was like, ooh, you better go home.
got it.
But
That's a little too young for you. I got it.
I'm like, you need to
I
go
got you.
home, honey. But, but no, like, so it's interesting, especially to see, like, to go back to your like main question, you know, how I built this following. It's been interesting to see like all of the eras that social media and like the internet has gone through since. Because I remember when the first iPhone came out. Like, legitimately, it was, like, a thing. Like, and my mom was like, look, like, this fucking brick-ass phone. I'm like, oh, I mean, it's cool. I'm going to go to the Dell and play a computer game and get on IOL or AOL or whatever. But, like, it's just interesting to see all these different platforms come into fruition. So Instagram was a lot different. Like, when you did the fitness thing, like, they were huge about that. But then after a while, I was like, fitness isn't really my energy. Like, this isn't really what I want to do. And I ended up switching it up, just kind of selfies, just kind of like fun type of like photo shoots, but nothing professional. Yeah. Until I met up with my friend. Her name's Yessie Vanessa. Follow her on Instagram. She is such a queen, such a light. She actually sat down with me, and I told her, I was like, hey, because she does like network marketing and social media marketing, but kind of like on the low. Like, you would never like, you would know from her profile that she does it, but like she's very like humble flex. And so like when I talked to her, I asked her honestly, I was like, hey, you have a lot of like knowledge about social media. Like, I see you like, because at that time she was at 47,000 followers and I was at like 11,000, maybe 13.
So she knew how to work the algorithms.
So she knew how to work it. And I was like, what is up with my profile? Like, tell me, like, give me a review, like literally on like my profile, excuse me. And like, she looked at my profile and straight up told me that it was trash. Like, she told me like, listen, like, this doesn't look professional. This doesn't look like when I look at your profile, it looks confusing. Like, it doesn't look like user friendly. It doesn't look like I want to spend time here.
So no, that's I think that's a good topic, and we can dive into that. Is like, what was the critique of like, what did she make you change up to get the following that you have today? Yeah,
so when she told me that, I really took it to heart because I already felt it. Like, I already felt, because I was like, I need another way to reach my following. Like, I'm getting a good following, but I'm like, I'm not reaching them in the way I want to, and I still want to be authentic, like in my own energy and what I'm doing. And she's like, yeah, I feel you. Because none of her photos are professional. Like, all of them are iPhone, but they look great. They look gorgeous. And so I was like, I want, like, how do I do that? So we, like, did a little photo shoot outside. And that was, like, kind of the beginning of me switching up my profile. And, like, I can even, like, link the photo. Like, I'll send it to you or whatever, the photo that she took. That kind of changed my energy. I was like, okay, I have to. So the critique was, like, that it just wasn't... When you went onto my profile, it was just a lot of selfies. It just looked unprofessional. It just looked like a Finsta, like, in a sense. Like,
Whoa.
I remember Finsta.
Context.
He's like, hold up, context. So
Finsta?
A Finsta is kind of like your private profile, like stuff that you would post that's like a little bit more intimate, a little bit more like selfie type vibe, or like if you're like doing dances, or like kind of just like your close friends page, but your own Instagram. I was like, yeah, I don't want to make another Instagram. So
got it. Well, that's interesting because so it was just small tweaks, not very not expensive, but
No.
just a different type of way of
posting and like
yeah.
how you planned it, because she literally like, and it gets deep. So when she showed me, she's like, look at my profile, and I was like, okay, and she's like, look, I color code it, and I was like, wait, what? And she's just like, yeah, see, it's white, 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 red, 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 green, 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 like, and all like her backgrounds and clothing were all color coded per each grid post, so it had a flow.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Yeah, so it went that deep. I was like, damn, like I actually really have to put time and effort into this if I want it to be something, because these girls out here are color coding their posts.
So I'm interested because we talk about this often.
That's crazy, huh?
She
She is, because that gets into what we call Photoshop, right? Like not necessarily
Yes.
Photoshop, but that's a form of it,
A
right?
form of, yeah, it's, you know, aesthetically pleasing to the eye.
So for you, when you're thinking about posting on your profile, because you do want it to be clean, professional looking, how much time does it take from beginning to end to get from your inception to the post on Instagram?
Well, I'll be 100% real with you. Right now, it's been a little bit tough because I'm like kind of like backed up on content, and I'm like running 2 other pages.
Got it.
Technically 3, technically 4 other pages if you want to include like Snapchat and stuff like that, and then Playboy, which is another page I'm having to.
We're gonna get into that.
Yeah.
The centerfold.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
we'll talk about
that's
that.
another page I'm having to actually go in and take over. But thankfully, I can plan my posts, and like I can post them and then plan the time I want them to post, which I wish Instagram was like that, because if it was, it'd be a lot freaking easier to plan my posts. So the whole process, lately it's been longer, but usually it takes me about 5 to 7 days to plan it. That's with caption, that's with
One post?
And that's just me also because I have so much going on in my mind and so many other stuff that I need to do that it's sometimes hard for me to like focus.
Got it.
But like from the caption to the photo to like what photos I want, like for example, right now, like I have a whole cache set up for like what I want to post. So I'm actually like kind of behind because I needed to post a TikTok today, and then I needed to post a couple photos from this car show.
Did you just hold on? Let me stop you. Did you just hear what she said? She said a cash. And what did you think of?
Oh, she ready.
No. What did you think when she said cash?
She's
Like money. This girl is talking about storage, fam. She's talking about, now that's software engineer talk. Because when she said cash and used it in that sense, I was like, hold on.
no. But so when I say she ready, I mean she knows what she doing.
Yeah.
I got a cash. I got a cash
Yeah.
of content.
I got storage ready.
I got
That's what's up, man. Look how these
Hey, what y'all
millennials think.
want? Professional? What y'all want? Y'all want sexy? Y'all want
No, for real.
Yeah,
So
that's
like,
just having a regular day? You want
Yeah, she's out
athletic?
here
What you
podding.
want?
Yeah, no, tell them, for real.
thank you.
Yeah. Family friendly. What?
Yeah, what are
Deadass.
you doing
I'm
there?
over here because some of my stuff be posting to Facebook. I'm like, ooh. I'm like, ooh.
You don't know if it's ready
I'm
for
like,
that. Okay.
Papa, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. I'm like, but he still supports me. What's so crazy?
Wait, whoa.
Yo,
He's
he
still
don't like the shit because that's weird. But like, it's weird because like my family, my dad's in Texas and my mom, she's no longer here anymore. So I know she's supporting from above. But
Rest
like,
in peace. Rest in peace.
thank you. Yeah, no, like my family, they don't say shit. They don't say
nothing?
shit. I be posting my stuff. I posted my photo on this that I did the split on the stairs. I said, "Oop." Like, oh no.
It showed up on
Like,
Facebook.
but you know, nobody says shit. And I really love them for that because they are like, you know, you do the damn thing. Like, they don't reprimand me. They don't be like, what are you posting? I'm just like, it's really none of your business. Like, and also I'm making my own money out here. So what can you really say? I really, you know what I mean? But my family is really supportive. Like, they don't give me any hell for anything that I post or anything that I do, which I like love that support. It's almost like, it's like a direct support, but an indirect support.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to worry about the family
Yeah.
giving you any kind of pushback on the things that you put out there.
I've had a family friend try to say something, and I was like, listen, girl,
You're a family
I
friend.
don't think I would take advice from an ex-meth addict.
Yeah.
But
Basically,
maybe
you're
we
a
should
family
mind our
friend.
business.
Family.
I was like, mind the business that pays you, and if you don't have any business that pays you, then you need to get a hobby.
So I have to say that's that's dope, because I think that's a form of women empowerment, right? Is that, you know, the way that your photos are very professional.
Thank you.
And I don't think they're if you want to say edgy or racy, if that's the right term, I don't think they're that at all. You know what I mean? So I
Very
think
tasteful.
Thank
There you
you.
go.
That's what
Thank
I
you.
wanted it to be. That's why I love how you started it as human in art form. It's beauty personified is what I want to do with my modeling. And also one of the biggest things that I like to do is make still art. So like I love art. I love, like going to art shows and going to museums, and I want my pictures to be a form of that. I want it to be, timeless. I want it to be everlasting. I don't want to be like, oh, wow, that was cute. It looks, this. I want my photos to look like, wow, like I could hang this up. It could be like a whole piece. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to be like, oh, this looks like this girl just, she naked on the floor. Like,
no, that's a good point, because it's much more than that. And so getting to that, you were talking about, so the things that you do as far as displaying the human body as an art form, you've so you have this stretch and flexibility coaching that you do.
yes.
And then you also have more of a modeling business, I guess traditional, like, doing photo shoots, videos, things like that. And then you have this Playboy centerfold. So can you tell us let's start with the videos and just straight up modeling, because I'm curious, because you've worked with some bigger artists out there, and the one that comes to mind, Lottie Scotty, and the Twista video.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
How was that experience of like being at a video shoot, and just take the people through what that entails in the work that you have to put in for that?
Yeah. So, oh my goodness. So usually shoots like music video shoots, you kind of have to go with the flow. Like with a lot of that, like you have kind of a set rate. Obviously if you're charging a rate, if you're doing it just for TFP, which is time for print, which means like collab, then you would want to be, going there, showing up. But for a lot of my music videos, actually all of them now, I get paid for them. So it was a 2-day shoot, and it was really fun. We sat there. We were out in 5 Points by Welton Street Cafe and Agave Shore. Shout out to them. Welton Street just moved, so check out their new location.
Shout out Welton Street.
But yeah, so doing that, I met my best friend. That's why I love doing these music video shoots, because when I came to that shoot, I ended up meeting this one girl. Since I was model managing it, Lottie Scotty told me, like, hey, like, I just want the models to have, like, kind of a general idea of what's going on, if you don't mind, getting a group chat together and doing that. And I was like, absolutely. Like, I would love to do that, since I kind of do want to get into model management in the future and just kind of be that for women and help, women feel safe and, like, be in safe environments and know, like, their worth and what they should charge when they do want to start modeling.
Got it.
So I was like, this would be great, to put on my resume or my portfolio as well, that I helped, manage this, because it was amazing. I ended up meeting one of my best friends at the shoot. She was like one of the first people I met. And the way it flowed, obviously kind of, there's a give and take in music videos. You have to have a lot of patience and you have to have a lot of fun.
Got it.
Excuse me. But in that, though, comes a lot of awesome creativity. If you learn how to go with the flow in music videos, you'll be fine. You just have to, like, excuse me, I got tickled. You just kind of have to know your worth and know your rates if you are charging them. Like, I haven't been managed by anybody but myself. So, like, certain rates and stuff is kind of hard to, like, get across sometimes, because you don't have that, like, hammer coming behind you, like, this is management, this is what, so you have to, in those type of shoots, you do have to come completely prepared and be communicated.
What's the going rate?
For me, for my shoots right now, it's $100 an hour for music videos, and then for glamour, it's about $150 an hour.
Wow. Or
between 120, 150, depending on the vibe. I started my first music video was with Shawnee S. Tone, and he's kind of like, he's coming out. He does more kind of like R&B, like hip hop kind of vibe. And then I did a shoot with J Trip. Okay. And then Ameezy.
Ameezy. Shout out to Ameezy.
Shout out to Ameezy. Shout out to J Triple.
Yep.
Because my first video that I did with them was Mantra.
Got it.
Mantra with J Triple and Meezy. And that was fun. That was with my girls, Adriana, Amy, oh gosh, I don't know her name on there, Pearly So, and somebody else. So like having that experience with those video shoots helped me kind of get what I was going to be like going into with the Twisted music video.
So by that time, it was kind of a learning experience to know your worth and feeling comfortable negotiating because
absolutely,
you know, I've got a few under my belt.
Absolutely.
I know how this goes. This is what my rate is. I got you. Yeah.
So, because if I would have did that shoot like off the bat, I would have probably went for the exposure, which is not a bad thing. Like, I think that's great. But for me, like, I want to be taken very seriously in my modeling and what I do. And so, yes, I will be charging you a fee.
So when you first had to do that, was that intimidating because you said you do negotiate yourself, like going into whatever room or wherever it happens? Was there a nervousness or any pushback of like, nah, we not giving you this or anything
there
like that?
Was a little bit. I don't even like to talk about stuff like that because it ended up getting worked out in the end.
Got it.
But like,
but just a normal business negotiation?
Usually it's best to negotiate fees with your management.
Okay.
So like artists to model, you need to like, in my personal opinion, cut that because it's too much room for error.
Okay.
If you have a direct connection, because I'm my own manager for my own business, so was he. So is Lottie. Like he manages his own stuff. So you know you have to
just the two of y'all.
You have to give and take. You know what I mean with certain stuff like that, especially when we're like doing everything on our own in a sense. But no, I wouldn't say I was nervous. I'm pretty big and bold about like what I feel like I need to be paid.
That's what's up.
And at the end of the day, it ended up working out. I will say that when I first, it's funny, like I said with music videos, like no one's on time. No one's like, it's like one of those things, like no one's on time. You walk in, like I'm usually late. I hate to say it. I'm usually late, but like you walked in, you're like, what's going on? Like, what the hell? Like, where do you want me?
Girl, we shooting. We waiting on you. Like,
and I'm
what's
like,
up?
oh, shit. But, yeah, like, when I did shoot with Twisted, it was interesting. He's a really, really cool person. But he was only there. He was there strictly for business, and you could tell. And he was big. Like,
he was like, I'm in.
He was. And I don't know if y'all saw the video, but he was, like, sitting on the chair. And there was a few girls who, like, you know, were trying to, like, like touch on him, touch his knees, and he's like, "Oh no, little baby, like, don't touch me."
Can we stay there? Because you got two things up for us, right?
Man, yeah.
Because we like '90s hip hop, right? Yeah. And you know, okay, you don't know.
I do a little.
Okay,
don't count me out just yet.
All right, so hear me out, and Code, you can piggyback on this, but like '90s era is like when hip hop started becoming big, right?
Yeah.
So during that era, it was a lot of, I don't want to say problems, but
some problems.
I don't want to say problems. I mean, and it was like, you know, we didn't know no better. Just you learn as you get older about like what's appropriate and what's inappropriate. I'm curious because in those situations, is there things that you hear about that comes with videos and music in general of like, you know, inappropriateness of like things you got to combat from the jump and say, hey, this ain't going down, somebody getting in your ear about some fuck shit, like
the dark side.
You know, that dark side of the industry, that, you know, not even gonna lie, that kind of like evil side of the industry. I will say with music videos, for the most part, I haven't dealt with that because I made it very clear before I even went, like what's gonna happen. And like what I expect, because I tell guys all the time, like who want me in their videos, I was like, listen, Like, I'm not a video vixen. Like, I'm not going to sit here and twerk all up on you. That's not going to happen. Like, I'll come in here and I'll model.
And I'm glad you said that, because I didn't know if when you say video vixen, if that's considered derogatory.
Yeah, I think it's a sexy term. I don't look at it as derogatory at all. I just think that there is different categories for what different girls like you want for your videos. Like when I did the toxic video with A-Meezy, that's probably one of the most risque videos I've done. And it was a lot of just B-roll and like a lot of just close-ups on like, you know, me stretching. And then there was a couple of me and him interacting and me like him feeding me like a gummy bear and like that kind of stuff. But it was still very tasteful, and it kind of went with the music as well. 'Cause every time I do a music video, I study the song. So I like actually know the words.
Got it.
Which that's why I'm like, yes, I am going to charge you a fee, obviously, for this, because I take time. I come makeup, hair, outfit ready, if applicable, as well as learn your music.
I come prepared. I'm a professional.
Yeah.
And Cole, I think this is interesting to us because, again, see, we come from that era of like the women were all you had in the video. Like, we wasn't really, we knew the song, of course, but it was all about the girl that you had in the video. Whether
she was
it
the
was,
main,
you know, Corinne Steffens, Alyssa Ford, who's the other one? Gloria Valdez. Like, there was like those that kind of paved the way.
Absolutely.
For this
100%
profession, you know? And that's like, they made everything. Like, we wouldn't even tip drill, all that.
Yeah.
That's what we was looking at.
Yeah.
BET Uncut. Yeah, I'm ripping it off, fam.
But you understand how edgy tip drill was.
Fam, they
listen
like
here.
Hey, listen.
I watched that. I had to. It's
drill.
not even on YouTube. I had to go literally Google that because an artist in Vegas wanted me and Adriana and another girl, Amy, wanted us to come out for this tip drill styled video.
See, yeah.
And I was like, and let me tell you, that's another probably story for another day, because did we go out there in Vegas and we was show as hell stranded at the Excalibur.
Wow.
You do not want to be at the Excalibur to stay. Like,
the Excalibur's kind of whack.
We were like, we need to go to the Aria.
That's definitely mid. Like, that's where my kids go.
Like, that's where he was going to have us stay.
The Excalibur is like below mid.
It is.
I was like, what kind of clown town?
No, but the Excalibur is like,
yo, I'll stay off strip in the Motel 8.
We thought the Excalibur was cool, but not now.
It's like medieval times in there. I was like, what kind of castle are we in? I was like, this is not a queen's castle. I was like, we
Excalibur
is
some trash.
But
like, that's where my kids want to go. Like, you ain't even going there to gamble.
Offended.
You like, yo, I got my family in town. Let's go to the Excalibur and hang out for a while.
I was like, is this?
Then I'm gonna drop them off and get to the club. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm with you though.
No, seriously. So I will say, to answer your question like fully, that I haven't really dealt with any weird energy in music videos, but with photographers, 110%.
Really?
Oh God.
Let's talk about it.
Oh, sweet babies. Like, these guys out here, bless their hearts.
I mean, they just.
Bless their hearts.
They
some
just
of them.
nasty, ain't they?
They just like it's also some of these photographers that are like OnlyFans girl photographers, and then they want to do something professional.
Talk about it.
I'm just like, listen, like I'm not like that to drop names, but if they see this, they gonna know who they are, because like it's just this energy, especially when you get photographers and models drinking. And all that kind of energy, it gets a little ratchet. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, it gets a little ratchet, which is fine. But it's just, I don't know. Like, that's probably one of the biggest things I've had to like combat with, is talking to photographers about a few things. One is like, oh, let's do a TFP shoot, a collaboration shoot. Oh, okay, well. Just so you,
but hold on. A TFP shoot.
TFP means time for print. Okay. That's what they originally called it, like in the modeling industry. I call it TFD personally, because you don't really do print anymore. It's like time for digital.
Got it.
But like, yeah, that's just like a collaboration, just a trade shoot. You guys both shoot together, both post the content. that kind of thing for engagement and all that.
So everybody wins.
Everybody wins.
He's not charging you.
Yeah, I'm not charging.
buying.
I'm getting free content. He's getting marketing, all that good stuff. But I've had photographers, I would say the first shoot, and this was a girl, so she didn't make me feel uncomfortable, but one of the first professional shoots that I did when I first was getting into professional modeling out here, and she's like, yeah, let's do a pool shoot. Let's go have fun. We'll do this, da-da-da. Like a few days later, she's like, okay, well, just so you know, it's like $10 per edited photo.
$10 for
edited photo.
Wow.
I was like.
And you're taking like 90 photos or something like that, right?
I'm just like, yeah, like at least. And I'm like, okay. I thought like this was a collaboration. And she's like, no, like, well, if you want extra photos, like this is going to, well, she didn't even say extra photos. She was just like, I'll give you like 3 or 4 photos for free. If you want any extra, like it's $10 an edit.
And this is after the shoot. Like
after the shoot.
Got it.
Like way after. And I was like.
So she has all the content.
Yeah. And technically that's why now when I do shoots, like I give them a contract to sign, which is basically giving me the rights to the photos as well, because any photographer who takes photos of you is their legal property.
Wow. Got it.
So like the model doesn't own any rights to the photos that people take of them.
Unless that's just like common law.
Common law.
Got it.
Unless there's a contract involved.
So are there any just dirty, nasty, just
yeah, I met this one
photographers who they ain't really professional photographers. They just out here just being smuts.
Yeah, now I won't lie. Some of those photographers that like are nasty like that, they have great work. Their work is fucking great. Like I can't sit here in front to you. Their work is fucking great. They do a great job. Now, some of it's like very, photoshopped or very, edited, and like the lighting and saturation of it. But like their work does speak for themselves, which is why they act that way.
Really?
Wow.
Yes. Like I had to cut off this one photographer that I was working very heavy with because I told him, like, we went out on a trip out to Atlanta, and it was like a package. Like he did these modeling package, like, hey, like come to Atlanta, like I'll get your flight and Airbnb, you pay like $1,000 or something, and I'll get you like 30, you'll get all of your raws, and then you'll get like 20 photos edited. So it was like a bundle deal. Really smart, honestly, like to do that kind of stuff, because he was racking up money from all these girls who were like, oh yeah, like I'll do like your monthly subscription. You'll
so
get
would
my
this
flight.
be a single, or would he just get a bunch of models?
He would just get a bunch. So we were like living in like a bad girls club type vibe.
Got it.
Which was kind of hot, because like it could be like, it'd be fun. Like I brought one of my friends with me once, and that was fun. But like, but yeah, like I told him though, I was like, hey, I'm going to come to this trip with y'all. But listen, like if you're going to be, doing OnlyFans shit, because he wants to be like professional, totally cool, but he also wants to fuck all these models on Twitter and then post it on Twitter.
Wait.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Like you'll be surprised. Twitter has turned into like the new Pornhub.
This is Patreon right here. Patreon content. I like it.
100%. 100%.
Wait, so Twitter is the new Pornhub?
Yeah. Because you can see.
Oh, no, you can't. You didn't know that?
You didn't know
that?
that?
I'm not even on Twitter.
Because they can automatically link their OnlyFans content to Twitter and stuff.
Yeah, Twitter has, for a while, they'll let you post naked
They let
content.
you post, like, you see
content
a whole.
That's naked? Yeah.
I saw a girl holding her man's whole thing, scrolling her phone with his.
Wait. Well,
no, for real.
No, I swear to God. Like,
this has been going on for a while.
I swear to God.
And then they'll eventually catch him, but it takes a while.
It takes a while,
fam.
Yeah. And so, like, he was over here posting, stuff on Twitter, fucking these models, all this type of stuff. And I'm like, do you? But, like, if I'm going to be around this, I don't want to be there.
Got it.
So tell me why, though, like, after the whole night and everything, like, we're off of leader of freaking Casamigos, and it's a whole almost.
Whoa. He brought a leader?
Like the big ones with the handle.
A leader of Casamigos.
Yeah, he know what he doing.
No, and there was no air conditioning in there. We were basically like living in hell.
Oh,
wait. So he brought y'all a liter of Casamigos with no air conditioning.
That is scary.
Honestly, I'm surprised we didn't die. And it was in the middle of the summer in Atlanta.
He ought to be ashamed of himself.
What?
That's what I told him.
He knew what he would do.
That's what I told him. Well, he got the Airbnb like back because like we realized that like the air wasn't working like at all. Like it just wouldn't even turn on. And I was like, this is the dead of heat in Atlanta, y'all.
Yo, so he literally had y'all in the sweatshop.
Dead as fuck. I was like, oh my God, like the only place I could be was in the shower. Like the only place I could be.
He knew what he was doing.
He knew what it
so
was.
then
He wanted all y'all in the shower.
So that was a whole
drunk off Casamigos. That's what he wanted.
That was a whole escapade and like cool, whatever. But then like after the fact, like we went to a different Airbnb and everything because it was like a whole trip. Like we went out to the bamboo forest and then we went out to like the waterfall. So it was like a 2-part like trip. And we got to another Airbnb and he like decides to pick me up like we're about to shoot, like literally about to shoot. And he decides to pick me up like on the stairs and like walk with me up the stairs. I'm like, nigga, no, like put me down. Like I told you no, like da-da-da-da-da. He's like, oh, okay, like da-da-da. I'm like, nigga, like you get some alcohol.
This is a dirty game.
I was like, you get some alcohol in your system and you just think everything goes. Yeah. And which is the exact reason why when he came out to Colorado, I cut him off.
So that's what's crazy.
Because I was like, listen, like you get a little alcohol and you like lose your respect. Because it's only on the alcohol. Like other than that, he's really, really quiet, really like subtle, like doesn't really like is not in that energy. But he gets a couple drinks and now he like all over everybody, slapping everybody's asses.
And you know what's crazy about that is like
that's not okay.
Because in this industry that I'm learning, you know, like you've been in it for a while, just entertainment in general, like whether it's modeling, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's always, it kind of, when things go south, and not all the time, but it just reverts back to drugs and alcohol in the industry, which causes these problems, right? Like
100%. It's like, and it's crazy just because everyone acts so different. Because when I drink, I get really happy, I'm really fun, but I know when to leave. Like, I know when to leave the party.
Be responsible.
You know what I mean? Yep. But some people, especially in this industry, you know, you have a lot of beautiful models around you, a lot of girls, you know, because he's like filming OnlyFans girls. So a lot of these girls like have work done. And so they're like, you know, they're thick, they're built out. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so like, yeah, I'm sure that's kind of hard to resist at times. But it's like I told him once after that situation happened, I sent him like the definition of consent. I was like, hi, here's the definition of consent.
That's scary.
This is like what you're not doing. I'm not mad. I'm not going to do anything, but I'm never going to work with you again.
How did he take that?
He couldn't. He sent me my photos and he was like, I understand. Like,
and he gave them to you for free.
What can you say? Yeah, well, because I told him, I was like, I don't even want him anymore.
You shamed him.
And I hate to be that way, but I was like, I don't even want him because like I hooked him up with a makeup artist.
Yeah.
Because he had a girl come out from a different state to Colorado, and it was said in his package like, hey, like you'll have your stay good, you'll have your flight good, you'll have a makeup artist on deck.
Right.
And he didn't have a makeup artist. So I hooked him up with a makeup artist and I asked him, I was like, hey, can we do another outfit? And he gave me hell about it.
Got it.
I was like, yo, I just like hooked you up and everything. Like, what are you?
Right. So you're actually trying to collaborate with him and give him, you know.
Yeah. And we're doing stuff for Facet,
networking and all
which
that
is
stuff.
the photographer / fashion designer out in Atlanta.
That's
so
crazy.
I'm like, we're doing a whole outfit of his, and he has over like 400,000 or 500,000 followers and his own Facet mansion that he posts on like 3 different pages. Like he worked with Miracle Watts, Hi, My Name's T.
Oh wow!
Like all of these people that he built up. Like I remember when Hi, My Name's T had only like 100,000 followers. Now she has 2 million.
Damn.
And only 100,000.
I wish we could say that. So
you have to speak it in that way. Like it's small. Like it's small. Like small potatoes.
But so tell us a little bit about the Playboy Centerfold and what that's about.
Yeah. So I'm actually really, really excited about that. I haven't, said much about it because I like to keep things quiet.
Yeah.
Got it.
But I got hit up by one of the management for Playboy Centerfold, and they were like, hey, we've been looking at your profile on Instagram, and we really want to invite you not only to Playboy, but to our new social media platform, which is Centerfold. And so they're like, here, send us like some of your favorite pictures. We're going to do a review. and we will let you know. And so I sent them, you know, a couple of my photos, and they were like, we love your look. Here's the deal. Like, Playboy Centerfold is waitlisted right now. So we're adding you into it. You don't have to be on the wait list. Just keep posting content. This is the kind of content that we're looking for. And tag us on Instagram so you can be featured on our page. And if I get, you know, certain amount, like, I know what kind of they're looking for.
Yeah.
So I've been creating with a few photographers just a whole bunch of Playboy content, and I'll be submitting it to them in the next like month or so.
So Playboy is like an iconic brand.
Yeah.
Yes.
They just don't let anybody, because the way you talk about it is like it's an exclusive club, and it always has been.
Yeah.
And Playboy, it feels like when you look at it in what's out in this current climate,
Yeah.
Playboy is really well done and tasteful.
Yes.
Is that what made you okay with saying, you know what, I'm going to sign on to Playboy and actually
100.
produce content for Playboy?
That's a good question.
Absolutely. And to fully answer your question, what really made me like and want to support Playboy and want to have that in my roster is because I've been looking at the content that they've been pushing out. And not only is it very inclusive, because you know how Playboy used to be, you know, the bombshell Barbies with the big tits
absolutely.
and, you know, all that, which is iconic. But I've been
Not
seeing
very curvy. I get you.
you know.
Yeah.
But I've been seeing some of the content they've been posting and putting out, and it's been very just artful and very like inclusive and diverse. And I was like, this is something like I could actually really get behind. So their platform right now is kind of like OnlyFans and Instagram had a baby.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Is
Yeah.
like, is OnlyFans kind of like the competition and
It is.
model a little bit? Okay.
It kind of is now, like OnlyFans,
But more tasteful, and it's like without the
Yeah.
ratchetness. Although I like the
Yeah.
ratchetness sometimes. But
Yeah,
I got you.
Honestly, I have a few OnlyFans girls, and they're fucking killing it. Like, I
Right.
love their shit, and I think that they should keep going. But, like, for me personally, I tried to do, like, the little OnlyFans thing. And I did, like, some cosplay, more so, like, kind of twerking, dance videos type vibe on there. And I just didn't really like the, one, I don't like how they sum up their taxes. I don't really like that because they just automatically send your shit. And then you have to, like, wait to cash out your money.
Got it.
Depending on how long. Like, I've had to wait, like, a couple weeks to, like, cash out my money before. And I'm like, that's irritating to me. Like, I need my money now. But for Playboy, it's become kind of like Instagram where you have your grid. Like, you have your grid posts, and I don't think you can post stories yet. But you have your grid posts, but then you also have people who follow you, and then you have people who subscribe to you.
Got it.
So that's how you get paid, is from the subscriptions. And then people can also tip right on there as well.
Oh,
And
that's
the more
dope.
it's
exclusive,
very user-friendly.
but your more exclusive content in your subscription.
Yes, more exclusive content, like more implied / like nude shoots will be on there for subscription only. And then like some of my, stuff I have on Instagram will be on like my regular grid post. But it's nice because when you look at it, because a few of my friends have asked me, they're like, how did you get into that? And I like looked because I was like, I thought you could just sign up.
You gotta get an invite.
Yeah, you have to get an invite. And then when you look at it, when you go to the actual page, it's just like log in or sign up for like being a customer or join the wait list.
Got it.
So it's like you can join the wait list, and I guess like you can get approved in that way. But I had them personally email me, which I thought was really awesome because I was
That's
like,
dope.
how did you even find my email?
So with that, do they kind of stick to the old format of like, of course, you got a lot of content on there, but you
Right.
know, back in the day, or at least when the magazine, or still in the magazine if they have one,
Yeah,
is that
I'm
you would
not
have
sure.
like a Miss October, whatever month it was, like they
Yeah,
would feature.
you had your penthouse like bunny.
Okay.
Like, yeah, because I've been watching like shitty reality TV lately. And like there was this girl who was a centerfold. And she made like November issue. Now I don't know what they're doing with the magazines now.
Got it.
Because I haven't even seen them.
I haven't either.
Like, not even, like, at the sex store, like, when I go get an outfit or, like, whatever. Like, I don't even see, like, Playboy, like, there.
But no, I was asking, like, have they brought that concept to the digital world
Yes,
where
they
you would
have.
have, like, somebody that's centerfold for the week or month or something like
I
that?
don't think they have it for week or month yet. But they do have girls that they feature all the time. And then also Playboy has their own, as they always have, but has their own wardrobe line. So they're really pushing that too.
Got it.
And it kind of reminds
That's
me
dope.
of like kind of Skims, Kim Kardashian vibe.
Wow.
Like kind of that type of style.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
So I think with everything that you have going on, right? What are those DMs looking like?
Oh, Lord.
Let's talk about that. What are the DMs looking like?
Yeah, how you
Well-
fighting them off?
Well, you know, I watch a lot of anime, so you know, I hit some, you know, little moves sometime and they just disappear. I'm just kidding. But no, like, those DMs are, let me tell you, they're a little bit wild, not gonna lie. So my DMs usually consist of, it's kind of funny because my Instagram filters them. Okay. So, like, a lot of the people I don't know, they just go straight into my message request.
Yes.
And I actually tapped into that, like, last week, and I was like, this is a little overwhelming over here. Because I had over, like, 50 message requests all the way dated back from 2019.
Wait. So the messages that are just sitting there.
Yeah. Like, they couldn't even get past, like, okay, so, like, when you get to a certain, like, I don't even know if it's a certain following on Instagram, but, like, when you get to a certain following, like, I can unsend my messages on Instagram. I don't know if I'm sure y'all can too. But then, like,
We be having to fight them off. You know, they be hitting our DMs. And I'll be like, block, defended.
For real.
Unsend.
Some of them, though, don't even get past the threshold. So, like, a lot of my messages will just stay in requests. And then it'll just be like, it's like my Instagram knows, like, you don't even need to see this.
So that's why. So I know because we get those. It's not, we don't have fans, but it's from people that's trying to sell followers to us.
Sell followers or like, oh, are you a sugar baby?
Yeah, that kind of stuff. That's why I thought when we sent it, that's where we were going to end up. and
Y'all
you were
didn't.
never
Y'all
gonna see it.
actually ended up in my primary folder.
That's what I'm talking
Surprisingly, which I love because there's been like a few people who have hit me up. Like I had a guy.
Cole, we still got it.
Yeah.
We still got it.
I had a guy from London hit me up and he's like, hey, I'm coming to the States for a hair show and I would love to cut and color your hair. And I totally, like, I couldn't get back to him in time because the messages, like, disappeared. So I get so many messages on my DMs that I'll reply, and then they'll just, like, disappear sometimes. Like, I swear to God, like, they'll just disappear. And I'm just like, oh, my God, because that's what I was telling Court. I was like, listen, like, I couldn't find y'all's messages for, like...
Court. I like that.
Court. I love it.
Hey. He didn't say that. He was like, yeah,
I mean,
Court.
like, yeah.
Court.
Go ahead.
I just came off
got
my
it.
head
You
top.
got it,
Off my
girl.
head
You
top.
got it,
We ain't
girl.
gonna hold you. We ain't gonna hold you. We like it.
If you don't like that, speak now, forever hold your
He
peace.
like it. He like it. He like it.
But that's
You know when you find just people just accept certain
They
shit.
just let it go.
they just let certain shit just ride.
I love it.
They don't say shit.
He's like,
hey, man, hey,
cool.
but it's perks to being fine out in this world, eh? The people just let you just
talk to him.
call you whatever.
I just rolled off the tongue, but but yeah. So, oh gosh, I hate when that happens. When I be laughing. To remind me what we were saying real fast.
Well, DMs.
What your DMs
yeah.
look like? How they being screened?
Yeah. So that's why I had to tell. Yeah, that's what I had to tell him because I was like, I couldn't find our messages. And shout out to baby girl Jamise, Golden Hoops Rights.
Jamise.
Yeah.
Shout
Hey.
out. Absolutely.
Because-
Hey man, Jamise. Just hold on real quick.
Yeah, we got to take a second for Jamise.
Yo, let me take a second for Jamise, man.
Talk about it.
Yes.
She has really done a lot to just amplify our platform based off of, and this is my assumption, the experience that she had when she came to kick it.
Yeah.
And
Andrea
she's
Wells
never-
episode.
Yeah, and she's never been shy to put us in the paint. So shout out to you, Janice. Yo, you are most definitely a friend of the show. And We say that in the most authentic way possible.
Because
you are a friend of the show.
She runs the is it Black
Luxury Collective.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
Shout
is
out.
like my best friend. I have been best friends with her since like 2018.
Yeah.
And
That's what's
she's
up.
like one of those friends that, you know, it's hard when you, especially when you're not like in college anymore and like, you know, meeting people in the city and stuff. Like me and her met at the club. Like we don't even go clubbing anymore. Like we go to poetry slams. We go out to dinner. Like we go and like network. Like our friendship has like gone through so many amazing like levels and transitions. Like that is my girl for life. Like I could literally cry about her because I love her so much.
Absolutely.
Like she is such a light. She's so about her business, so about her life and her light and her authenticity. She's such an inspiration to me, and actually keep an eye out on Honey Productions. I'm sure it'll be posted once this is aired, but I am finishing up her posts on her business and what she's doing for our community out here. So yeah.
Shout out. So
But back to the DMs.
Yeah, back to the DMs.
That's what I was saying though. I lost our DMs because they just shuffle like some Uno cards up in there, and so I was like, oh my god,
priority order kind of thing.
they're like random. Like so, like I have like about 6 to 8 group chats, like networking group chats on Instagram. So when they start putting in their posts, all of my messages just get like put down. So thankfully, she hit me up and she's like, hey, like, have you heard of this podcast? And I was like, that's so perfect. Like I'm literally having an interview with them in 2 days.
Awesome.
And so she sent me your profile again, and that's when I was able to be like confirmed for today, because I was like, I'm gonna have to like research. I was gonna have to go through my followers and look. I was like, this is gonna be tough. But my DMs though, pretty crazy, kind of hard with the group chats that I'm in, because that's like a job in itself, like having to engage. So like the algorithm right now, and it's changing, but it's a like, comment, save on all posts and share. So on these group chats, like you go in, you like it, you save it, and then you comment.
Yeah.
And that's what tings the algorithm for Instagram.
Wow.
So so that's like in itself. But then there's some DMs, like the past week, I don't know what wild hair is up some like people's asses, but I've got
summertime.
I swear to God,
It's hot.
I had this one lady.
It's hot in the jungle.
No, for real. I had this one
The
lady.
lions get out there, man. Like, yo.
Talk about lions. I'm talking about these baboons.
But now listen, but they
let
hunt
them know,
too.
Queen.
Hey, but they hunt too. The baboons hunt too.
No, they should, and they do.
They do.
Oh, they
That's
do.
the problem, huh?
So I got I don't know which one I want to tell y'all. I think I'll tell you this one.
Tell the truth.
So this lady, she hit me up for a shoot for like something with excuse me, like yoga and cannabis, which is totally up my alley. And then in the same breath though, she was just like, yeah, and like I would like really love it like if you could like surprise my partner. I said, what? I said, surprise your partner.
Yeah, let's go deep.
Man, you was a gift.
I was like, I'm gonna take a shot. I need to get a little some of this pure white before I talk about this.
Having fun,
Pure white. She said she wanted Hennessy. We brought it to pure white.
Yeah,
White,
so
but it's dark.
but
Okay,
so
so let's get into that.
yeah.
So she was like, I would love for you to surprise my partner. And I was like, ma'am, what kind of surprise are you talking about?
Okay.
And she was just like, well, I would love it if, like, you know, you could take him out on a date and then, like, maybe take him to the bathroom
What?
and do a little something. Or take him out on this and then, you know, like, just, you know, like, give him that fantasy. And I was like, does any part of my profile look like I'm for sale? And then
That is nuts.
no, but she like the way she did it was still kind of cute because like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, you're crazy, but like she was just like, oh well,
That is the vibe
I
these
was
days.
just like, oh, I was like, I'm not polyamorous and I don't like to share. And she's like, oh well, you can have them all to yourself.
I
was
mean,
like, do you like him?
Hey, no,
Like,
but wait.
She wanted to gift me to her man.
No, you was the
Nah,
gift.
I get it.
She wanted to gift me, and I
get
was
it.
like, I appreciate that, but I'm not a gift. I'm a person.
Some people will say that's a great girlfriend right there.
I mean, some people would really
say
No,
that.
and honestly, I commend her for that, but like, you just got the wrong bitch.com. Like, it was just the wrong one. Like, I was like, she's like, well, do you know anybody who's just as fine as you?
Oh.
Well, no.
I mean, she pushing all the buttons.
don't.
She trying to push all the buttons.
I was like, I
Pressing.
actually don't know anybody who's
Pressing.
just as fine as me who would be down with this. You know why? Because I don't talk to girls who would. I'm not friends with girls who are into
about that life.
Yeah.
Which no, if like
Yeah,
do
yeah,
you? If I
do
found a girl who was gonna do that, I'd reference her.
Yeah.
I'd be like, here, make that money. I'd probably get a cut from it because I was a middleman.
Yeah.
But
you're not
like
doing that. No,
at
I'm
the
with
same
you.
time, I was like, yeah, no. And she's like, sorry, I just had to shoot my shot.
So let me ask you this. so do you mind if I ask, are you in a relationship?
I am not.
Okay. But if you were in a relationship, how do you negotiate this life?
So, that's actually why I'm single. So I broke up with my ex last year because I started doing music videos, and I also, not as much anymore, but I used to like dance a lot, like at Diamond Cabaret, which is
Okay.
more like
Yep.
gentleman's club type energy.
Shout out to the cabaret.
Yeah, shout out to them.
That's what's up.
But so, you know, I've been in that kind of industry before, so I like have gotten that. But my ex, he was cool with me dancing, but then he didn't want me to do like any OnlyFans stuff.
That was the breaker.
Yeah, and like I didn't want to do OnlyFans stuff, but I didn't really have a choice
Why
because
is OnlyFans the breaker, though?
I think it's, well, from what he explained to me, and I understood how he felt about it, because he's like, I feel like, you know, like pictures and stuff, that's way more intimate, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, you're totally right, love, but like the club is closed right now, and I'm having to file for rental assistance. Like, what can I do?
So this is pandemic.
Like, you know what I mean?
Nah,
like,
I'm
what
with
can
you.
I do?
Okay.
Like, I'm not
nah.
over here busting it open on OnlyFans and like,
Nah, I got you.
because there's girls who are full OnlyFans girls, and I think, you know, all the power to you. If there's, you know, there will always be an audience for that kind of stuff. But I was like in the tasteful, like kind of like strip teases, but more like twerking and dancing and like cosplay. Like,
Got it.
excuse me. And so like he didn't really like that I was doing that, but I was honest. But then I started doing music videos, and this was like what, August, no. Yeah, it was about like September, October of 2020.
Got it.
And so this was like in the heat of COVID, you know. And so then it started to become, oh, well, how am I supposed to know if like you do a music video, you're not going to go and dance for them afterwards? I was like,
Insecure.
one. And I was like, listen, baby, like there is a distinction between modeling professionally and being hired as a dancer somewhere. I was like, I know the difference. Do you?
Right.
Because like if you don't, then we're going to have obviously an issue.
Got it.
But like that was kind of like the kicker on why I'm single, because honestly, I hate to say this, he just wouldn't let me be great. Like he wouldn't let me be great. Like I'm like, listen, I need to go get this money, and like he wanted me to stay up laid up under him. And I was like, baby, like
Go be great.
this is like, I can't sit here and be laid up under you. Like shit has to get done. And like he wanted someone to lay up under him and like be submissive to him. And I was like, you're not doing what you need to do for me to even be submissive to you. I'm making all the money over here.
Now you talking. You podding. You are podding.
You are podding.
Yo, I think we just found a replacement for Damo. Like, if you want to come on again, let us know, because you talking. So no,
Hey,
that's,
nothing, no filter over here.
yeah. So you talking about like, so one, insecure. Two, you're not doing the things that allow.
I can't even stay home. I have to go work. Like I can't.
But you know, to his defense,
His defense. What is it?
you have a beautiful woman,
Yep.
and she's out in the world with.
Wait, real quick, Cole. How old was he?
28.
Okay, go ahead.
You have a beautiful woman.
And introverted. He's also an introvert.
Got it. Okay, go.
So
go, go.
that's an extra level.
Oh, 100%, because
So,
he'd rather be up in his
Sign.
area.
What's the sign?
Capricorn, which you would think he'd like to get the money, but
Yeah, like a Capricorns think.
I was
Capricorns
like-
think they the GOAT.
That's a Capricorn right there, right?
See, you already know.
Yep.
Yo, like Capricorns are the GOAT, right? Like they not worried about
100%.
that. They out there getting that bread.
So how did y'all meet?
And this is going to be
And I'm gonna let
funny.
you get your question off. Go.
We met on Bumble.
I mean, yo, I love
And
this
I
show.
should have fucking known.
No, listen. I'm
wait.
gonna tell you why I love this show.
All right,
I'm gonna tell you why this show is so fire right now.
Let's go.
It's
Let's go.
because you are really in tune with the era that I truly don't understand.
Yeah, we missed this.
I totally miss. Yo,
He said,
I mean, from the acronyms to the way you understand social media to the way you know how to monetize it, how to make it work for you. Like, yo, like I'm literally just like, hey, I'm taking a selfie, and then everybody that's in my circle is probably gonna like this, and I'm fine with that, right?
Finsta.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
y'all
working for
The
me.
family Insta.
Yeah, but to your guy's defense, right?
Right.
He's like, I'm not, like, just look at the laundry list of insecurities he has right now.
Yeah.
I'm not the breadwinner. My girl is fine. She's out there with these wolves. That's out there
exactly
making
what he
this
thought.
bread. Like yo, she's out there with these wolves. And I'm supposed to just be okay with that?
Well, I invited
He had
him.
I
invited him to more than, like, I invited him to about 85-90% of all my work.
Good for you.
But
good for you.
listen,
Good for you.
like, I was like, there are certain times, and he was invited to that time when I met that photographer who I referenced earlier, the one who's
Yep.
freaky.
And he didn't come. Got it.
the one that's freaky.
The one that was freaky. He
And
met
one of them
him.
baboons out there. He thought he was a
Fucking
wolf,
over
but
here.
Aubrey was like, "Nah, that's a baboon."
No, it's a baboon, baby. I could see it from him. But no,
booty
like
and all.
he met him, but it was like that was one of the first shoots that we kind of had a tiff at, because I was like, listen, like I knew he should have came, and I was happy that he came to that shoot because of the photographer and everything. And it was good to just set that tone, you know, right when I got there, like, yo, I do have a boyfriend, but he was awkward. So like certain little like mannerisms that I noticed, like, and I'm sure he noticed it too. Actually, he did, because he told me about it. But like little shit, like where I'm walking up the stairs and the photographer walks in front of him.
Hey, wait, whoa. The photographer cut him off?
Yeah.
The disrespect.
So he wouldn't even
that's
stand
that
up
freaky
for
motherfucker.
himself.
How are
I was
you?
telling
But
you
hold
about,
up.
though. So
So
like but what can I do in that situation right at that time?
no, killer. No. What?
No, he supposed to stand up.
No,
yo.
killer. What are you doing if
Deadass.
you have a beautiful woman and she's walking up the stairs and the photographer
Carries
cuts
her?
cuts you off
from walking behind
from
me.
walking behind your woman?
Oh, fam, it's on.
But
Like,
he
no,
didn't
no,
do
it's
shit.
it's like it's
but
on.
he didn't say shit. And in which I was like, you look like
You look
something
like a
that
sucker.
rich with a
No,
bitch.
You
look
corny.
like a bitch.
You corny,
like,
fam.
and once you on the cob, baby, you on the cob for me.
Wait. He cut your man.
Corny. Yeah. Corn on the cob. Corn on the. Y'all ain't catch
That's
it.
why
I
you
caught
go,
it. Yeah.
shucks.
Wait, hold on. But yo. The
So what you doing, Cole?
disrespect. What's that?
What you gonna do in that
That
situation?
literally happened. And then
I'm grabbing. No, I'm grabbing him by the shirt and I'm pulling him behind me.
Yeah, we fighting.
No. We're not gonna fight. I'm
No,
gonna
this-
but
some
see,
real-
I'm gonna.
No,
grab
I'm
him.
ready though. I'm ready. Like if it comes to that, that's what's gonna happen. 'Cause
I'm
you being
grabbing him. I'm
disrespectful
grabbing him with the right arm
in front of my
and
girl.
I'm pulling him.
Down them
I'm pulling
steps.
him down the steps and I'm gonna go in
Which
front of him.
I'm happy I brought him because, you know, for safety reasons as well and stuff like that. But like once,
But you ain't safe if he lets the.
but if he
lets the
acted
freak-
like a, you know,
I'm with
I
Cole.
can't have you around. So that was like one of the biggest kickers, because I was like, damn, I can't even have you around because you getting upset. Like, you getting upset and you not standing your ground. And I was like, now you making me look stupid for being around you and being with you. And, like, I hate to say that because I'm big about my man. Like, I ride for you. But, like, if you can't hold your own, then don't come out.
Yeah.
Don't
Right.
come outside. Don't come outside.
That's when you dealing with them. You dealing with them dudes that be inside, man. Be on the
liable
games
to
and the
get your
Bumble
feelings hurt.
in the Tinder. Like, nah, you got to be outside and meet them people, man.
No, and
'Cause,
that's-
you know.
that was the thing too, because he's like, this is my first time on Bumble, and I was like, I met like maybe 2 people on there, like dated. So he was my 3rd time's a charm or whatever, and like, you know, we hit it off though. Like we talked for a whole month before we met, like, you know, created that foundation, but it was during COVID. So that whole energy was weird.
He had you locked in.
Everybody was
He
locked
had me
up.
locked in, and then things started opening up. He was like, oh.
A lot of people was getting lucky at that time just off the environment.
So how do you feel about that? So
wait, real quick, could I ask so?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
So what kind of guys do you like? Like, what do you look for in a guy?
Honestly, I look for somebody that has their own life, their own thing going, has their own goals. Like right now, I feel like I've been hit with like a lot of like walls right now, because I feel like everyone, especially with COVID, so I try to give some grace, is kind of like finding their way back to themselves and back to their niche and back to their career. So I do have a lot of grace, but like I'm looking for I'm not even looking. The energy that I am going to attract is the energy that aligns with mine. Somebody who is ambitious, somebody who's driven, somebody who can make something out of nothing. Like I can sit at my house and make $300 without moving. Like that's nothing. But like if I can make if I can sit at my house and make $100 to $1,000 not leaving my house, then like I really I need somebody who has that mentality too. Or that is already there, because like I'm not sitting here like I don't want to be. I kind of hit that like level like 2 years ago, like where I wanted that whole like sugar baby vibe. I wanted to be taken care of. I was like, oh, like I would go out on dates. I would get paid for my time, like specifically just for my time. Yep. And like I was spoiled. Like I was really spoiled. Like, and I couldn't really differentiate between like what actually dating somebody was, or like, you know, like dating somebody who was a trick. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
No, it does. It makes perfect
sense. And so like it kind of was hard for me to date, because I couldn't differentiate between those things. I couldn't differentiate between, oh, okay, like I go out, I get paid for my time. Like there are guys who take me out to dinner and they would pay me $1,000 just to go out to dinner with them.
Oh shit!
Like
yeah, so like to your point. So you
like
out there
arm candy shit. Like they would pay for arm candy, but these are guys also like who are not like that. They don't like look like y'all. They look, they're, you know, wallflowers. They're like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're wallflowers. They're like on the behind the scenes of things, and they just want some pretty company. And they're like, we'll pay for pretty company because you're a vibe, you know? But like, then I'm like, okay, well, I actually want to date. And I was like, you can't treat people like they're tricks.
No, I got
you know what I mean? But when you get used to that, it was hard. So I kind of had to take a step back. I broke up with my ex last year, the one I was talking about, and I just kind of was by myself. And I've only dated a couple people since then. And like, honestly, it's been interesting because I don't treat them that way. I treat them like they're people, like they're not tricks, like they're not a fucking piggy bank. Because when you're in that industry, when you dance and stuff like that, you get in that mindset. And that's okay. And that's okay. But like, it's hard to get out of that mindset.
Man, but it's not okay if you're trying, if you truly, it depends on what your end goal is.
100%.
Right? And you really have to be pretty transparent and open and honest about what your end goal is. So
Absolutely.
you can't say like, look, I want this long lasting relationship with someone, and then on the back end you're treating them like a trick.
Exactly.
Right? And honestly, guys are really gullible. You know what I mean? I know when guys are in these, you know, strip clubs, dancer type situations, especially guys who don't really feel like they get the attention that they want, they can easily fall into that mode of saying like, look, I'm willing to pay to have for that company, right? And then at what point does your moral compass as a person step in and say, you know what? No, I can't do that, man.
Well, see, like I'll answer your question fully. Honestly, like when I did those types of things, those situations where they would be paying me for my time to go out to dinner or to events or whatever, I made it very clear, like right before anything even started. Like
so this is like a vibe. This is
Yeah.
all it's gonna
I'm
be.
like,
is a
listen,
vibe.
like this is what I'm looking for. If you want to take me out, this is what
Oh,
I'm
okay, my bad.
requiring because
that.
I'm not dating in this way.
Respect
it,
that.
got it.
Respect. And
But,
that's
but
that's
that
key.
was understood.
That's key.
And they were okay with that. Now, it was either you were okay with it or you weren't. But I had 3 or 4 guys who were, I told them that off the bat. And they were like,
they thought they could crack through.
they
that.
probably did. And I was like, but that's not going to work. But I was like, you know what? Like, this is what I want. This is like, if you want to date me, I need to be set up for my future. Like, if you want my time, if you want me to go out with you, like, this is what I require for my time.
They were older.
But they were older, yeah. They were older. And that was said to them, and it was either yes or no. Like, yes, I'm down with this, or no, it's probably not going to work.
So, quick question, because I think when you're in those kind of environments, and you probably know this, when you're the dancing industry, modeling, and some of the things that you do, do you purposely kind of avoid trying to meet somebody in those environments because it's kind of set up to say, okay, I've been paying this woman, for her time. So if it carries outside of the club, then that's probably how we're going to continue that relationship. So do you like separate the two and be like, I don't want to even meet people in this environment, and I want to meet people like being out at the park or, know, whatever it is at a coffee shop.
Which is why I've kind of like I will say, what's it called? I can't find the right word right now, but that's why I've kind of strayed away from dancing in the past, I want to say kind of since this year started.
Got it.
One, because once, COVID hit, the club was gone. You couldn't even go to the club for half the year. So it didn't even feel like a lot of my friends and a lot of dancers were like, is this even of course, they're not going to shut down clubs forever. But we're like, is this going to be a lost art on some shit? Is this going to be is the club even going to be a liable source of income anymore?
Got it.
And so that's kind of when I started more sugaring, or I call it, I'm a sweet tea, because there's girls who have sugar daddies and sugar babies, and they're sugar babies, and they, are full service with that person, which is totally fine. But I personally don't like it to take it there, because I don't like transactional intimacy. You can take care of me for my time, some, love, kisses on the cheek, stuff like that. But when it starts getting to oh, come back to my room, and no, I'm gonna go home. And some girls they do what they do, and I think all power to them. But I like to be in this specific little niche, because I don't like to sell myself or sell myself short.
So it's more fulfilling not a fantasy, but just keep it on the vibes.
Keep it on the vibe. Yeah.
That's it. When we're done with our event, bye. I'll see you.
Bye.
I'm going
Hit
this
me up
way.
Next event or next time. But yeah, so for me, I don't like to meet people in the club scene anymore, because also if I do meet someone in the club scene who wants to date me, legitimately date me, and it took me a while, because I won't lie, I am dating somebody I met at the club right now. We're just dating. But, it was weird to me. It was weird to me, though. And it's not exclusive.
I'm just
chill.
teasing. I'm teasing.
We chill. We already talked about all that. But, I told him, it's kind of weird, because when I have someone who meets me at the club, they don't spend less than, $1,000 to $2,000 on me. So, that's what I expect. You know what I mean? And so, if you're going to meet me at the club, it's kind of hard for me to, differentiate my mind. Okay, but you come in a club, you're trying to act like a trick. You're not, though.
Hey, listen.
So then it's
That's what's up.
really making a difference. And I differentiate it, because,
this is Patreon content we talking about.
Low-key, right?
Give it this, yeah.
But low-key,
they gotta pay for this.
Low-key, right? But
Yeah.
he came up to me. He came to the club another time, and he spent a little bit. But I was, low-key disappointed. I was like, this isn't, this is why I don't like to meet people in the club. Because then I have an expectation.
Oh, you ready to get your ass out the fast lane, fellas? Bring your ass over to the right, because they moving fast
That's
out
the
here.
honest truth, though.
And you better be prepared.
No, for real.
If you drinking Coronas, don't be thinking. You ready for that left lane.
No, honey.
Yo.
You in that right lane, and that's okay. That's
Yeah.
okay.
It's okay to be in that right
everybody, lane. Everybody has to understand that there's lanes and there's levels, right?
Talk to 'em.
100%.
And what's
Get
dope
off the
about
highway,
you,
get on the right lane.
yeah, and what's dope
Get off
about
at
you
the
is you
exit.
say, like, look, if I meet you in this environment, this is where you better be at, because this is what I'm expecting.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with having expectations.
No, I don't. You know what? I agree with you, but I'm gonna say this. I think expectations create disappointment and can create resentment and, like, you know, upsetness. I don't even think that's a word, but I like to have high standards. High standards, low expectations, because your standards are, like, aligned with your worth, but your expectations are aligned with, like, your mentality.
Yeah.
Word.
But is it the environment that sets the standard?
I think so.
So like, as you said, you like, yo, man, if I meet you in the club, nobody I've met in the club has spent under $1,000 under me. I mean, for me while in the club, right?
But then you talk to somebody who don't have $1,000, they're like,
yeah, but if you,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
but if you
yeah.
meet me in King Supers and we're having a genuine connection, or if you meet me, I don't know, just organically.
at the library.
At the library, yeah, just or
which I
on
be
the,
going to the library.
or
That's
I
what's
do
up.
be going to the
No,
library.
yeah, but
You supposed to.
But the environment
You're a
is
poet.
not lending to, like, you got to spend $1,000 on me in the environment. I mean, in the library, like that's
Yeah,
crazy.
what kind of
but-
books can you get out?
Yeah, but
That's
but so is the environment that set that? Does the environment set the expectation, and does the environment lend you to more of a openness to have a more intimate conversation, to where you could actually get to know someone?
I feel like it's a little bit of both. So, like, at the club, like, all inhibitions are usually down, not only from the drinking, but also it's half naked women. So, like, that kind of barrier is already gone. So, like, it kind of just, you know, makes it open up to more, like, more of an intimate conversation, more of a real conversation, because, like, it's already kind of a raw experience.
Yes.
So I think that that's kind of a cool thing to see, like, oh, and you already know what I do. Like, you already know this is what I do. This is who I am at the club. Like, they can see, like, obviously if you're, like, the guy outside looking in, like, you can see, oh, this is how she interacts with people. This is how, like, you know, she is, like, meet me on, like, the customer aspect, and then blase, blase. But, like, I feel like also it can be both. Like, it creates kind of like an insight into, like, my world and what I do, but it can also create an expectation, like, oh, like, you know, she's sexy for a living. Like, oh, well, she expects this. Oh, well, then you have the guys like, oh, well, I'll come see you at the club, but, like, if you need to go make money, like, go make money. Like, why would... That's interesting. But, like, why would I have you in the club, or why would you even want to come and then be like, oh, well, like, if you need to go make money, go make money?
That's real shit, though.
It is real shit.
Doesn't that get back to, like, letting you do you? Like,
kind of in a way, like, go
empowerment
make
of,
money,
like-
but it's like, why don't you give me money? That's what a lot of girls think. Like, oh, go make money. Like,
No, but so what I'm hearing is
yeah, what are
it's
you
transactional.
it is.
I met you in the club, so, like, look, yeah, we fuck, we have a good time, you go off and make your money. As opposed to, if I meet you in a more organic way, it's like, yo, we have this certain connection. It lends me to more of, it sets up more of a platform for genuine feelings to be in place.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yo, like,
Oh,
we
rather in the
are
club.
intimately connecting. Because, like you said, like, you're saying, like, yo, in the club, my mindset is this because I'm in a mindset of purely transactional relationship.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But when I meet you at a different level, my mindset is different.
Yeah, because to Cole's point, that, yeah, so everything he explained, like, if I met you at the park, a library,
Right.
and then you told me, like, you're
A dancer,
a
or something
model,
or
and
other,
things
yeah.
like that, and I'm like, oh,
I'ma
I
come
hate to
through. I'ma come through and
generalize,
see
but
you.
I might be a little surprised, you know,
Yeah.
like, oh no, I would be like, that's dope, actually.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, so you do that, and you at the library, and, you know, you're doing it all.
You're
Right.
layered.
You know what I mean?
You're layered, but you got some
You're
layers
layered.
to you.
Right.
Opposed to me meeting you at a place of work or at the club,
Yeah.
and then it's like, well, the vibe might be a little different, where it's like, it is transactional.
Exactly, because, like, if you meet me at the club and you want to take me out, just as like, and I'm sure I'm probably speaking for a lot of other dancers as well. Like, I'm sure I would hope that a lot of dancers are like, think this too and like want this to be said, but don't say it because they don't have a platform to say this. But like, if you meet me at the club and like, that's kind of like a test in a way also for a woman, like at the club, like, oh, you meet me at the club and you want to take me out, you want to take care of me. How about you take care of me here? I'm at work. You know what I mean? And that's where it gets sticky. That's where it gets sticky because it's like, okay, well, if you really do like me, then you'll respect what I'm doing right now and you'll pay me. And that's where it gets sticky.
Get your
and
ass
that's
over
where
that right lane.
That's where it gets sticky because it's true. Because it's like, okay, you like me, you like what I'm doing. Okay, support me then.
So can we stay there?
Support me here.
Yeah, because I'm with you. I am with you.
He's
Like,
like,
I see both
he's right
sides.
over there.
Hey,
He's
man,
like,
hey.
But the thing
Get
is,
your
hold on,
ass over
Cole.
to the right lane.
Hold on, Cole. Yeah, if you ain't ready for
If
that,
you ain't ready for this,
get off the highway. You know what? I ain't gonna call my man out, but I was hanging out
exit
with
at
one of my
3-4
friends not too long ago, and I'm married, right? So I was hanging out, kids, wife out of town, and I went out into that street lights just to hang out with my boy. Man, it's
a jungle out
a
there.
jungle. Like
That's
it's
ruthless.
different
It's a
kind of
jungle.
living. I was like, yo, let me hurry up and get home. I used to
He's
be
like, I
on
need to
my
go
man.
home.
Yeah, I used to be on my man, pump faking him and be like, yo, man, I'm out. Let's do this, man. Like, this is nothing. He was like, all right, we gonna test that. He had me out in that jungle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
Ain't
it was
no
real.
lies.
I was like, oh, man. Yeah.
Ain't no play, no game.
And they don't care because there's a lot of hustler
Them
ass women
lionesses
out here.
coming out the bush with their little shoulders rolled up like this. I didn't see them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was camouflage.
Oh,
They
yeah.
was up like this. Wow. I was like,
Ooh,
Hey.
gave me chills when you said. I said I felt
fam.
that.
I was like, I gotta get home ASAP. This is
This
not for me.
listen,
It's
for,
dangerous.
It is
Danger.
dangerous.
for the 40 plus man, this conversation
40
is
plus
needed.
cats.
We cats now. Is that what? Hey man,
Let's go. Let's go.
We gotta get out a round of applause right there. Yeah, them cats.
I take it.
Hey, listen. For the 40-plus-year-old cats out there, fellas,
what's
let me
up.
tell you something. Hey, man, we have experience behind us, boy, but this world is moving.
Damn, it's moving fast.
And this world is moving faster than we can keep up with. And this is the difference between our generation and the Gen Zers, right? Is that technology piece. And that technology piece, man, it's a gap.
Instant
And granted,
gratification. Instant.
we can give good advice, but man, there's really 40-plus middle-aged men out there really thinking that y'all care about them, and this is strictly transactional.
But let me
Get your ass over to the right lane, brother.
It's
Take
a
your
Cole's
ass
point.
home.
So Aubrey, to Cole's point, like
Yeah.
when the internet was interneting and like, talk about dating, right? People would look at you.
Meeting my ex on Bumble.
No, that's for real. Like when people were doing that, they would look at you funny, right? Like
Funny.
when you were first getting on the E-Match.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
What is it?
what else.
Match.com,
Match.com.
eHarmony,
Yeah,
all
you
that
being
shit.
judged. You was being judged.
KristenMingles.com.
Yeah, you was being
Oh my
judged.
God, Black Love.
Fam, if you
some.
told somebody like, yo, like when we were outside, yo, I met her on Match.com, eHarmony.
Like,
They would
she a
look at you
catfish.
funny.
She
They'd
a
be like,
scam.
What you doing?
Yeah.
This is scammer.
we would look at you funny.
You about to
But
get
now
robbed.
You swiping right, and then, yo, it's a match made in heaven, supposedly.
Which
But
is funny because I know people who've met on Tinder and Bumble who are together and who got married.
yeah.
Like, it actually does work, but like, I don't know. Like, Bumble is interesting because Bumble is it's kind of like a women like empowerment platform because like the woman is the one who has to reach out to you. Like you can match,
I like
but the
that.
woman has to talk to you
I
first.
like that.
Which is an extra layer of protection.
For women as well, yeah. But also like someone actually like, unless they're a whore, but like you actually know someone likes you because they're gonna hit you up.
You get out there and be that Tindler swindler. You seen that, dog?
Oh my
yeah,
God.
Yeah, my man was out there working.
But have you ever had a situation where you've met a person in the club or you've met a person dancing or you met a person online and it wasn't transactional? You was like, man, I really kind of like this guy
But at the club,
at the club.
yeah, I actually have like the person I'm dating. Like, yeah, And like I've only dated like a couple people at the club. I've been there for 4 years. So like it's kind of new territory for me. It's not something I like to do. I don't like to shit where I eat.
Got it.
But like
Nah, I'm with you.
but yeah, like I actually, you know, really did like him and stuff like that. And it was a good energy. Like we had good conversation. I was like, it's something I was open to, but it was also only something I was open to because I had gone through that process of having to differentiate. Like I said, like that process is super big. And like, it took me a while to get out of it. Like it took me at least a year, like a year and a half to get out of that mindset of like, oh, like I meet someone from the club, like this is the standard / expectation I have them at if they meet me at the club, instead of being like, just be chill, like just meet someone. But like, if I wanted to meet someone at the club, like I would go on the market street. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to meet people at the club. I'm trying to make money.
That's a fact.
And that's why I'm just like, y'all over here trying to fucking get booed up at the club. Like, pay me money. Like, pay me. Like, if you really do like me, that's when it comes into like, if you do like me, support me where I'm fucking at. Like.
That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
So before we went into that whole soliloquy, so getting back to that
Always a soliloquy.
Exact point of like, you want somebody to come in there and like support you where you're at, right?
Yeah.
So that's where it's tricky because to Cole's point, like if I'm spending money on you within that environment, which is an environment to do that, I'm thinking in the back of my mind potentially that she might not really like me. You know, it's like I've been, you know, paying for the dances, etc., and we've been having a blast. It might just be part of the fantasy because that is a part of the job, I would say, in that environment. So it is tricky of like, well, dang, if that's what hook and sinker right there. Right. Like if I stop doing that in that way and support you in other ways, he might be thinking in the back of his mind like, oh man, it's not real.
Yeah,
you know?
It might not be real. Now see, like if I had somebody in the club that I really, really liked, and then he was like, you know what, let's do a sweep. I really like you. I like your energy. I want to take care of you for your time here. Like, let me get you a sweep. Let's do a couple hour sweep. That's 1,000 right there. That's like 1,000, maybe 1,100.
Okay.
And if he said that and was like, let's do that, and like really just was like adamant about my time in the club, that would make me feel different. Like, it would make me feel different, especially if I had a natural inclination and natural attraction to him. Because then I'd be like, wow, he's actually, and now, though, too. Now. Not like last year, not the year before. But, like, right now, I would be like, okay, like, I see you. Like, I see you. I see what kind of work you're putting in. Okay, like, let's actually, like, I do actually like you. Let's talk. Because guys hear that all the time in the club. Oh, I like you. Oh, yeah.
Right.
You're so cute. Oh my God. You're
so it costs $1,100 for you to see me?
No.
Yo, no, but that no.
It really depends.
It
really depends, but like, show me that you really do like my time. Like, dances, they just cut us out $10 for dances now, so we're losing $10 to every dance.
There you go.
So it's like $40 a dance.
Talking that shit.
You know what I mean? I'm big about math and like make it make sense. You know?
Yeah. But honestly, what's that? Okay, so this is the last.
Yeah, we'll have to do a part 2.
Yeah. Oh man, because I've had.
You come back?
Okay,
for sure.
Because I've had
you might be our correspondent when it comes to these women topics.
I've had a blast. Yeah. So with everything that we discussed today, right?
The totality
of everything that we discussed. What is something like that is what is something about you, right, that someone would not assume or think that you're interested in? Like what's that thing that's just like, well, damn, if I'm talking to a dude and he taps into this, yo, it don't matter. He don't got to spend $1,100 for me to for him to show me that he cares. He's tapped into something that's beyond entrepreneurship, beyond dancing, beyond being flexible. He's tapped into some shit that's that's like, damn, like for example,
it hits my heart on some
that
shit.
poetry
Exactly.
side, that poetry.
Yo,
no,
okay,
no,
yeah,
no.
He said.
No, because we already laid the poetry out there. Like for example, I love ancient history.
Right.
And people that see me on the face don't be like, well, damn.
You know some ancient history about himself.
Exactly.
Honestly, the biggest thing that gets my goat, hashtag the Capricorn over here. The biggest thing that gets me, honestly, is someone who is knowledgeable about horses. Because someone who's like, and I won't say like a country ass motherfucker, but like, I like love that. Like,
Well,
it's
he can change a mean horseshoe.
I
mean, he cleaning that thing out.
Not for real. That's something about
Horseback
me.
riding?
Yeah. So like I've been horseback riding since I was like 5 or 6 years old. And I've been like jumping and like competing since I was like 10, 11. And then I volunteered like 3 of my summers to like a therapeutic riding center when I was like 12, 13, 14. And that's when I found like my love for training horses and then like helping disabled children and adults ride through like therapeutic like reasons.
Yes.
That's what's
And
up.
so that's like, yeah, that's like what I love to do. So if someone can sit there and talk to me about horses and talk to me about like just like living like in the country and that life, because I used to do that. Like I used to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and feed 20 some horses by myself.
Parker,
It was
Colorado.
20
Yeah.
Parker and in Seattle.
Got it.
And that is something that like drives really deep in my heart, because that type of hard work can't be taught. Like getting up and dealing with animals and dealing with like, 1,200-pound toddlers, which is what I call horses because that's exactly how they act. And like having that type of like grit is like hard to relate with. And like somebody who knows how to like get up on a ranch every day or like, do that like just for the sake of doing it and just for the sake of loving it makes me have a lot of respect for them, because I've studied it all my life. I train horses, I jump horses. I like love working with people with horses, and especially like disabled children and adults. Like I like autism spectrum and like Down syndrome and stuff. Like I help them like with their hand-eye coordination with like horses, and
That's
like
dope.
That's like what makes my heart happy. And so like if I can talk to somebody about horses, because I can name like every fucking breed like down the line, like on some nerd shit, like I really can, or like talk about like the bits they use, like everything. Like if someone can talk to me and relate with me on that level, they have a pass.
So fellas, fellas, we gave
some
gave you
cowboys.
one.
And they say horse girls are crazy.
Yeah, no. So fellas, we peeled back one layer for you.
It's an onion. No, just kidding. It's a cake.
Yeah,
It's a whole
yeah.
cake.
So we cut one piece for you.
Yep.
Now the rest is up to you.
That's it. Well,
Yeah.
Aubrey, we
Damos
had
question.
a great
Damos
time.
question.
Oh yeah.
Damos question.
In the spirit of Damo, did you have a good time?
Oh my God, I had the best time. Y'all definitely know how to take care of a queen and set the vibe. Like, I fucking love it. I'll definitely come back again.
Yes.
So in the spirit of that, who would you tag or nominate to come on this.podcast?
Oh, okay. I actually have a few people.
Shout them out.
I'm going to shout them out. If you haven't had Jamise one-on-one, 100% Jamise.
We're going to have Jamise. Absolutely.
Adriana Simone.
Okay. Adriana. I know who that is.
My baby girl, Adriana, with her, fitness journey, she's killing it.
She is.
Like, she is just fucking killing it. And I love to see it. And then also, I have a few other people. I'm going to name them. So, I have J Triple.
Okay.
She's actually about to move to LA.
Got it.
So, she's not going to be here she'll be here probably here and now, but she's Denver raised, Denver grown, amazing in the rap scene, and, huge in LGBTQ community.
Yes.
So definitely would love to see her on something like this. She has a lot of real shit to say.
That's what's up.
And then trying to think, there is one other person. You know what? Her name just keeps popping up to me, And I think I just have to say it out of maybe that's just spirit telling me.
Okay.
But her name's Shawnee J. She is a beautiful Black queen. Doing her modeling, beautiful single mom. Just a boss.
That's
honestly, just a boss. I did a music video with her. It's about to be released in the next, I think, month or so with an artist named Lando. Super fun vibes. We were out in a little kiddie pool, playing with bubbles. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, she's just really about her shit, and I really, really like her as a person. So I'll send you her profile and everything. But Shawnee,
that's what's up.
Yes.
That's a lot of people we going after.
Yes. I got
Denver's in the house, absolutely. And you never stumble upon the unexpected if you stick to the familiar. We have all walks of life on this show. Aubrey, let me give you a round of applause for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah. So talented.
This was fun.
This podcast.